Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Mark again here, Weatherman Plus, for your afternoon update on what's going on with these storms, the threats, locations of these threats, and what's going on also for Sunday and your snowfall. If you've never been here before, make sure you subscribe. I am all year long. I do afternoon updates sometimes. Think about bringing it back. Matter of fact, I think it'd be pretty cool to have a channel that does afternoon updates all year long. Tell me what you think about that in the comments below. Now, we'll come back to this in just a minute. Let me show you some information first. Now, you do see for tonight, for your cape, for your lift, you still have some lift that's going all the way through Arkansas, all the way through Missouri. This swinging on through overnight. Going to stay in southern Arkansas overnight until tomorrow. Then for tomorrow, it does rake right back up all over Louisiana, northern Mississippi, going into western Tennessee. Really strong lift, really strong cape values for these thunderstorms to grow all night long. Now, really strong once you starting from 12 o'clock at noon all the way to about 8 o'clock. Then it's a different group of storms that's dealing with over here in the south. Mostly what I can see, all this threat is going to be northern Louisiana, central to northern Mississippi, and northern Alabama going to western Tennessee. Then maybe as it goes through the night, start going further to the south. Until then, it is still a very strong system, a lot of lift with it. And for tomorrow, you see it carries right in, starting to gain intensity for the Carolinas as it goes into tomorrow around noontime. Still looking at significant tornado perimeters, dew points, wind shear, other factors involved. You see it's still worst case scenario of a chance for a tornado is northern Mississippi, northern Alabama, western Tennessee, but it does travel towards central Tennessee and central Kentucky on that little angle right there of storms. So you can see as that builds up all evening long, you do get these storms that starts coming through for western Kentucky, western Tennessee, then it goes through northern Mississippi as it starts drawing up further to the north. Then this goes a little bit further towards the east, and you can see how you still have that chance for tornadoes to come out of that tail of those as it goes all night long to 6, 7, 8, even 9, maybe even 9 o'clock, getting a few cells that's going to be particularly tornadic. You have a strong dew points, a lot of strong shear, and some good cape values messing with that storm. But you can see this for tomorrow. So as you turn on your convective chances, that you still have a chance that has changed for today, that you do have a chance for tornadoes, and this little 2% for tonight as these cells come on through. And you see how they are, some strong little cells passing by potentially by Little Rock as you go later this evening and overnight hours, a few cells that's passing by. Then we have for tomorrow. Then we have the tornadoes that's going to kick out. This pink looks severe. This is just showing you where the worst part is. This is your 5% area. And you can see as you go for tomorrow, those storms really start brewing up and kicking in, especially as you go towards 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. all the way for northern Mississippi, western Tennessee. Those very same cells I've been showing you, and it will transition 5 and 6 o'clock, start going towards northern Alabama. Now, they still got the same cells that's getting pulled further to the south. It's just not as strong as these. You see that? That's why the warning level is higher for these cells. But as you go further to the east, you can see it's still a big event. As you go 9 and 10 all the way to midnight, still some strong storms still brewing through northern Alabama by Huntsville, going all the way low. You even get a lot of hail cores on that. There's going to be some nasty little storms moving through with a lot of hail cores, potentially 40 plus miles per hour wind gusts on the low end, getting stronger along the east coast. And this is as you go through tomorrow night. Then it goes across northern Georgia, maybe getting some cells of some hail going through Atlanta by 5 a.m. So this is definitely going to be some overnight storms. Now, real quick before we go, I'm going to go through the snowfall with you and go through the damage and winds with you. Now, this right here is your NAM. I never show the NAM, and this is one good reason why. NAM is bringing snow all the way into Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, even Jersey, even New York City. NAM is never shown to be right on the impacts, guys. Do not go by the NAM if somebody is showing you the NAM. Now, this is National Weather Service model all the way for almost 72 hours, 63 hours, all the way until Monday at 6 a.m. The rainfall coming from the next atmospheric river for Washington and Oregon, getting heavy, getting some flooding that's going to be coming, as well as what's coming for the eastern side of the U.S. as you get some of these storms, but you also get that snowfall. You see how it's heavier 2 inches plus. For eastern Virginia, Maryland, eastern Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, New York City, western Massachusetts, western Connecticut, Long Island, even for Vermont and New Hampshire. A big area of 2 inches plus of rainfall. And you can see with the snowfall of what National Weather Service model is showing by that time. Now it's going to get heavier after this, but this is what I've been screaming at y'all. Don't go by the NAM. Don't go by these models that only show the worst case scenario. This, so far, is what National Weather Service is saying is what you're going to get out of this snowstorm, including what's passing through the Central Plains, through Minnesota, Wisconsin, still getting North Dakota getting it, Michigan just getting it. So trying to compare whatever I can get closest to those impacts in that amount of time of 63 hours. Icon, 72 hours, but at 63, maybe close. But you see how it builds up, still doing that northern push on the snowfall ratings. And you see it's the same thing we've been talking about this morning. Maybe northeastern Pennsylvania. Remember, that's the one in the ensembles. And then it's going to be maybe getting heavier as it goes more northern. None of y'all over here that the NAM is showing y'all, none of y'all against snow. Only the NAM showed that. Canadian model, 72 hours, about the same as what National Weather Service model. Taking that northern push, bring it right on up, even bring in less, guys. Remember, the trend was less. Checking with GFS, it's a little more to northern, but still showing light amounts and showing that more is coming. Northern push, potentially 2 feet for the higher elevations of Vermont. That's wishing on that one. So here it is, a weather prediction center as you go through Saturday for your severe weather, and you go through Saturday evening. You see how it kicks in. You start getting a severe weather for same parts that I showed you earlier. Still getting rainfall. You're getting that snow on the wraparound. Go through Sunday. Storms building up in the same areas again, so watch out for those cells. As you're still getting rain, here it is for Sunday as you go through it, getting the storms. You might be getting a chance of mixing that purple and a chance of snow in that light blue. As you go through Monday, a chance for mixing this purple, a chance for snow in this blue as you go through Monday morning. And likely mix right here for eastern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, and bringing this rainfall. That is their update piece that they actually put in on this. And as you go through Monday, look, exactly the same as earlier. Even more chances of a chance of rain is squeezing in there rather than a chance of snow. You see that? And it's looking less and less, guys. Then we got our next storm system coming next week. Now let's go over with the winds. I did show earlier with GFS a potential chance of 70s coming to the Gulf of Maine, maybe a little bit higher. This is NAM. Once again, the NAMs are showing all that snow. It's showing these winds going all the way up to over 90 miles per hour. Wind gusts, don't listen once again to the NAM. Unfortunately, I haven't found it dependable, guys. This is your latest with the Euro. This is all the 12Z. This is all the latest balloon data information. And you see how it's pushing further to the east. Might get some 50s along the coast. You can see this with GFS. 12Z balloon data. And it did show maybe the 70s, maybe get into the 80s. And GFS overdoes a little bit. So for NAM to say 90s, that's a little bit ridiculous. We even able to get to update the 18Z. Can we refresh a little further? Yes, we can. All right, so we even got to update now, showing it's even a further push to the east, guys. So it's not getting all that. It may be some 50s, maybe some 60s for the Gulf of Maine, maybe some 70s. That's about it. It's not doing the 80s, and it's not doing the 90s. But you still have this flood threat that is going to be moving through starting on Saturday. So from the northwest, as you get that next atmospheric river, you're going to be in a marginal and a slight risk for flash flooding for Saturday. As you go through Sunday, it's going to move a little bit further to the south for Oregon. Also, you can tell over here for the rest of the U.S., you get some more flash flooding coming in for Saturday. This is a marginal for Saturday. For Sunday, it's going to go towards the southeast with the northern Florida, southern Georgia, and up to the northeast with your marginal. But now you're getting into the slight risk for flash flooding. And this is for Sunday right here, for flash flooding. Thank you so much for your time. I hope this update has helped you. I will see y'all again for tomorrow. I'll update you what's going on with the chance for these tornadoes. It looks like it's going to be a later in the evening situation, guys. It might even change and get a little bit less. Now for this evening, Proverbs 14, 1 through 3. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands. He that walketh in his uprightness feareth the Lord, but he that is perverse in his ways despiseth him. In the mouth of the foolish is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise shall preserve them. Amen. Have a great night, everybody. Remember, all glory always goes to God, our Father in heaven, Yahweh. And hope he always keeps you safe every single day of your life, you and your family, and forever. Amen. Hallelujah. Amen. Have a great night, everybody.